Hi there, and welcome to my mudroom or drop zone renovation video. So this video is going to have a little bit of everything. There's going to be some demo and DIY, along with organizing the new space, and then also bringing in some decor elements at the end. And actually at the end, I style the space in two different ways, so stay tuned to see those different options. It was a really fun project to do and also a really useful project to tackle. It really improved the flow in our home for when we get home and needing a place to put our stuff. I'm really excited to bring you along with me, so let's get into it. On this channel, my main goal is to inspire and help others take the space they live in and make it work for them and make it feel like their home. And having an area that makes sense for you and or your family to drop your things when you get home and have a place to keep things that make sense, like your schoolwork, your shoes, your purse, your bags, your coats, your papers, and all of the things. It's really helpful. Before we had a drop zone area, we just had a tiny little bench right inside our garage door and then a little coat closet at the front door. It just wasn't enough space, and typically things would just kind of be scattered between the two areas. We knew we wanted a much bigger mudroom type of space, but until we were ready to move the washer and dryer, we couldn't do this project. So as excited as I was to get to do the washer and dryer and get it relocated, I was also really excited to just get this space into a state that made sense and to repurpose it into a mudroom or a drop zone type of area that was a much better fit for our family and how we live day to day. So to get going on this renovation, we had to first get rid of everything that was in the space. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unload the cabinets. I'm going to take down the cabinets, take down the shelf, unload the shelf, and then we also have to get rid of the washer and dryer. That allowed the space to be ready to rework the plumbing and the electrical, which we did bring in professionals to do both the electric and the plumbing in this space. So we did not take video of all of the different people that came in and worked on this space, but at this point the space is now ready to get drywall back on it. As I'm doing this portion of the video, I'd love to know in the comments below what you find to be most helpful for you. This channel is all about inspiring people in their own spaces to make it work better for them and to make their houses into their homes. So whether it's the DIY and thinking about how to re-envision a space, or maybe the decor part of it and how to kind of make a space feel more cozy or have more personality to it, or maybe it's the organizational element and how I have the baskets organized in this space and how I decide to organize the bench. I'd love to know what part of this video is most helpful for you and what would you like to see in the future. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this video showing hanging drywall, but you get the idea. We needed to put drywall back up, and then we had some mudding and patchwork to do, not only from putting the wall back together, but also just from all of the electric and plumbing that got reworked and the holes that came with that. On the walls, we did put a repost gray. That's a color you can get at Sherwin-Williams. It's the color that we have throughout the house, like on the main level, in like the kitchen and dining room and front room and family room. So we wanted to make it more cohesive. So in this space, we went ahead and put repost gray. But I will tell you, in the bathroom, we did 50% of repost gray. If you really like a color, but you want it just a little bit less intense, Sherwin-Williams can mix that color at like 50% or 75%. And we really wanted the bathroom to just be light and airy. So that's what's in the bathroom. Now here in this space, I go ahead and I wanted a shelf to put baskets on and hooks up for the kids to be able to use for coats and bags. After I have my shelf and my hooks, I'm gonna go ahead and move my bench back into the space. And this bench is great because it has drawers, and those are super accessible for the kids. And that's where like their hats and mittens and things like that are. And then I'm able to use the shelf on the top, and that's where my husband and I keep like our mittens and scarves and hats and things like that. And then I also have like a basket of cleaning supplies that I keep up there. Now I'm also going to go ahead and hang on the wall my paper bins that I use to organize the kids' schoolwork. So each kid gets one, and all of their papers go straight into it. And then ideally a few times during the year, I clean those out, and that way we know exactly where their school papers are. Now, as promised, I am going to show you a couple of different ways to style this space. I will get to the part where I use 4 baskets and just make the shelf be a space that's a little bit more utilitarian and just for storage. But if you have a space like this and you don't need the full shelf space, you can also use it as an opportunity to make it into like a decorative space, whether it's somewhere that you want to put seasonal things. Maybe when you're decorating for fall, you throw a pumpkin up there, or a little Christmas tree, or whatever it is you might want to put up there, or you just have kind of a little bit of general decor. You can use that shelf space to hold a few pieces and kind of change the vibe of the space a little bit if you so choose. I'm going to go ahead and give you a look at what's going on in the drawers and in the baskets the way that I use. So for our family, we're going to use 4 baskets, and you can see how I have all of our winter gear in them. And then here you can see I also have a cleaning basket, and then I also have a miscellaneous basket where I'll put things like maybe extra bug spray or goggles for swimming and just things like that. Now I am going to show you how I could, in theory, take this space and put a few decorative elements into it, but ultimately I'm going to decide to go with leaving this space just for the baskets because that's my personal preference. But you can totally work whatever space you have to whatever your personal preference is. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put labels on the baskets. That's going to help me stay organized, but it's also going to help anyone else that's looking for things know where to look. And then I'm going to go ahead and just show you what this space looks like with a backpack hanging up, with what is my work bag hanging up. And then we're going to go ahead and get to like the final reveal and what the space looks like when it's all put together.